Okay, hello. So in this video today I'm going to talk about the intensity slider here, and this is basically saying the intensity of the emotion. You know, in the context of this project, if you don't know what's going on, you have to watch the other videos before this. So these things called target values up here are basically the value that we want the parameter on our synthesizer in Logic to be at when an emotion is at full intensity, so you can model different timbres for different emotion intensities. In this example, I've just taken one of these parameters, but the point of this is to have multiple, and they all change at the same rate and reach their maximum and minimums at the same time. So it makes it really smooth. Also, the purpose of this is to store the last value that was on the parameter, so that when you change emotion like halfway through the intensity is moving, you don't get like a jarring kind of movement in the output parameter value, the one down here. So I'll just go through this. So first what happens, I'll give you a little demonstration. So we want to get to 78. I don't know what I had on last. Okay, so then we go like this. If it's 78, we want to get to 35 now, because that's one of our presets. So you go like this, and then it moves. If I'm like halfway up here, and I'm like, oh, I've swapped my preset, you know, it doesn't mess it up. So what's going on here is first we get the last name parameter value. This is like a loop. So you get the last name output parameter value, and it's stored in this float object here. And when a new one is selected, a bang is sent to here, which outputs it to this box. And at the same time as that's happening, it zeroes off the intensity slider, so that it can go from 0 to 100, you know, again. So that happens, and when the float is input into this box, we get our target value minus the float that is stored in this box in order to get the difference between the values. So the amount of distance almost it's going to have to be travelled by the parameter when it's multiplied by the intensity. So after this, then we do that. We times the intensity slider by this new value. Obviously, if this is at 0, we're going to get nothing here, and that would create a jarring effect. To get past this, what we do is when the float value is banged here, it is also added to the 0 on the intensity, so then it stays where it was. And then all the intensity slider in is multiplying that difference here. So then at the end it's output to the slider, and if you change it again, this is stored in the float. So that's about it. So in the use of the whole application, you have multiple of these going at once. In the final thing, this is all in a encapsulated thing, as it looks quite messy right now, but just to give you a kind of idea, say I want this to be 57 and 60, yeah, 64. So I'll just do this, then we can select them all at the same time. Sorry for the wait here. So yeah, so we got these, and just let me. I need to see this one not doing anything because I'm not actually inputted the last one, so it doesn't get the. Okay, so here we go. See, this target is 64. I think that's what I selected, and this one is 78. So there, see at the full intensity, and then go down to that, and it's its last value. Say we're here, and we're like, oh, we want to change, and then all your parameters shift into place at a time, so it makes a really nice warping when you've got it set up to control lots of parameters on a synthesizer. So that's about it. Just a little demonstration of how that part of the project works. Cheers.